Welcome to the Queen Divas, Queens of Fitness podcast. Join your hosts, three-time WBFF world champions and WBFF royalty, Alicia Gowans and Stephanie Ayala McHugh, as we explore all things female health, training, competing, mindset, and living the fitness life every day.
Welcome, everybody, to the next episode of the Queen Divas podcast with my beautiful co-host who's currently in a laughing fit because we were just discussing offline the fact that milk supply comes down and you squirt. She didn't know this, and I was talking about how these days in the gym shit looks slightly different.
Literally, she's telling me about some leakage, and I'm like, what?
Yeah. So it happens when you literally think about a child or your baby. So just thinking about your baby can bring it on. Talking to or about your baby can bring it on. Hearing them cry brings it on. And then their standard feed times bring it on if they're not already latched on. It's really
just decide to give milk.
So anyway, so random, but she couldn't stop laughing. There's an intro to the podcast we've never had before.
Okay, sorry, I'll get my shit together, y'all. I'm here. Thank you guys for listening to our podcast today. Welcome. Obviously, Ali being full of milk and giving us jokes and insights and facts about reality in her day-to-day had me literally rolling on the floor laughing. So now that that's over, we can get started on today's episode. And we have a really fun topic for you girls. And I say girls because I think most of us are in the shopping world and mostly
babe,
are the ones.
I'm going to be really honest. Christos shops way
okay.
more.
Maybe I shouldn't say girls then.
Maybe what you should say is girls plus Christos.
No, because Christos ain't the only male out there that has.
Not the only male that does it, I know. But this, let's face it, this man has fashion
actually, Christos is actually one of the most fashionable guys I know.
The most fashionable male on the planet, literally.
He's
like
pretty damn swagger. Like
he's got some off the hook. Even okay, all right. Let me just throw this out there. We're going on the plane, and most people would throw on sweats, right? Like just comfortable.
Oh yeah, me. Totally me.
Yeah, okay. Christos rolls out in sweats, but let's face it, he's head to toe. Gucci sweaters, got his Louis Vuitton bomber jacket on, got his his limited edition,
Kyrie's talk about a 10K outfit right now.
He has Gucci socks for damn straight. So anyway, we pull up and we're in Vegas. We're on the way home, and this is his literal get up, head to toe, right? So I
know it.
I'm in standard travel gear. He's in this, and
my
this guy. This guy that's processing us through the security section, takes one look at Christos, looks him up and down. He goes, "Dude, let this guy through. He's a baller." Because this guy's got money. He's all money. And as Christos walks through, he's doing this, he's throwing him 50s.
You would be doing $1 bill.
My God, what the hell? It was actually hilarious. I'm only in Vegas, but also only with Christos, because I don't know another man that travels like this.
Vegas is known for that, though. So I'm sure they're not.
We're entering this conversation about online shopping because this man is literally he has redefined online shopping for me. Everything is online, and since the baby has come, we've been in the newborn bubble, right? So we literally don't leave the house for anything at all. Really,
talk about this because who isn't addicted to online shopping since COVID? Right? Let's just put it out there, because COVID put us in a box, in a bubble that we couldn't go to stores anymore. Right? We have go to online to get everything, even our food. Gosh, I remember having to get
I'm going to throw it out there. I'm so glad you said this, because pre-COVID, I didn't buy anything online.
Okay, I have problems. Pre-COVID, I have problems. Okay, but I mean, COVID just brought them up a little bit more. So, I had issues before COVID, but let's say COVID is exasperated the whole scenario of shopping online. I'm like, oh, now I have an excuse. I have to not go into the store. I'm one of those. Y'all, this this episode is strictly of shopping and online shopping and giving you guys the tricks and hacks that we have for online shopping as fitness competitors, as fitness models, as coaches, as well as just everyday mom and wife and, just everyday person.
That's what I was just going to say. My shopping carts these days look very different to what they used to. And, I almost feel like I need to just pop Christos in the chair for, this segment, because he's going to give you all of the ins and outs. But I can tell you this much. Getting emails, the only time I like to get them is when I get the ones come through from the shops I like online and they have like a deal or a sale. And
ding, ding,
they
ding.
get me every fucking time they get me.
That's what a sale's supposed to do, Allie. You're supposed to get drawn in.
All the baby things, like it's all of the stores that do the bamboo baby suits, because I'm loving the bamboo for him. It's just it's fine. So
the environment, the ingredient
through, I'm like, boom, straight on the site, and I'm buying shit that he doesn't need for a whole nother year in a size like 5 sizes too big because it's on sale now. Like, just
okay, but let me touch on this though, because some of my actual notes for today is to talk about seasonal shopping, because if you aren't seasonal shopping, you're really not going to be getting the best bang for your buck. So one of the best tips that I have for anyone, honestly, whether if it is for buying for your kids, for yourself, for, your spouse or anyone else's gifts, you actually want to buy it at the opposite time of the year, or maybe in the season that it's not on. That way you get the best deal. Oh, absolutely. You get it 50% off. You get it 75% off. Heck, you might even get it like more, like it's just so discounted that you're like, wait, you're giving it away, but you don't need it at the time. You really don't. So what you're doing, I know it might sound
do you ever need it, Stephanie? Do you actually ever need it? Is my question.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do, because eventually you will need it. That's my thought process. Like my thought process is, I'm going to eventually need it.
Don't tell Carrie, but that's what I tell Carrie, and I'm sticking to
no shit. Come on. He buys his own stuff. I buy my own. Like what I mean by that, he's gonna buy football things, and I'm gonna buy house supply things. Like I'm gonna buy things for the home, and he's gonna buy things gambling. Like
fantasy. Christmas in fantasy. Oh my god, right? But I know what you mean. Getting things in the off-season time is optimal. And so at the moment, all the shit I'm getting emails on is because we're coming out of winter, right?
Yes, exactly.
So you're getting all of the summer stuff, but that means all the winter stuff at the moment is going on sale.
So get the winter things, get bigger sizes for him, but even for yourself, because the thing is, we have to understand we go through seasons the same way physically that we do through just the seasons themselves. So I find that for anyone that doesn't really know what they want in the season, you actually kind of find your flavor, your unique style, and you always are going to have that same one year after year, and it's just going to be small things that change. So why not buy your staples that you already know you're going to need? So like, let's say you're always going to need a black pair of pants. I think every freaking person needs a black pair of freaking cargo pants or pocket pants or just standard, leggings. So why not start looking for those things, not when they're in season, but rather when they're not, right? So, and given maybe black pants are always in season, because that's maybe a bad example. It's usually always those.
No, but it's a good example, because the reality is, right, people will think about buying in season to be on trend, which is fine. But the basics you're talking about are staples. So it doesn't matter. They're not going to, that's not something that's going to be a trend that will change. So you're right. You could basically look at fixing up your staples at a discounted rate by getting them a year in advance, pretty much, right? Get them all on sale now, but then you'll have more funds available to buy your trends later.
And the biggest thing that I think most of us look at trends as the trendiest thing that just came out versus actually looking for them in a sales side of things. For me, I'm such a big bargain gal, any type, and this is probably the fail of me because I'm a sucker for any sale. So if it says buy one, get one,
Your
or
marketer's
50%
dream.
off. Oh yeah, any marketing, honestly, marketing gets me. Like if you do your marketing right for whatever company you're
You've got to sell
trying to
from me.
you got me, like if it's at the right price. What I mean by price is if it was worth it. Like if I know this $100 item is now slash 50% off, I'm like, it's very hard for me not to get it.
So
like,
you're the
I
girl
don't need it
that
at the
will
time.
always buy. You're the girl that will always buy the second one at half price.
Yeah.
This, get the second one half price. So you always buy two instead of one. I know you. I got your number.
Carrie hates me for that. Carrie hates that about me. He's like, why you only need one? I'm like, because I'm gonna be able to give it away.
Second pair's on sale.
I could give it away to somebody for free, like, or whatever, or I could give it to my mom, or you know what, I'll eventually use it. I'll have two. Like I have two of them. So yes, I am that person that I don't need the two, but I end up getting the two. But really it comes down to necessity in the future, in my opinion, right? Like if you know you're going to end up buying it for $100 later, why would you not buy it now for $20, $30 on sale, right? Like just putting an example, if you know, I know it's not a necessity now, but you're going to save 70% or 50% of what you actually need.
I always do that with gifts. So if I see things on sale throughout the course of the year, I'll buy them, throw them up in the cupboard, and that's your Christmas gifts for later.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is the best Christmas strategy.
My God,
you know you're going to have to give them something, right? Like, you know, these people are on your Christmas list. You might as well, I mean, given that most people rush at the end to just get their Christmas gifts. And, you know, that's practically the last week of Christmas. The whole mall or the whole shopping center is just reamed and just so crazy. That's society. And guess what? All the companies are going to double charge you for the gifts because they can, and you know you're going to pay for it. So some of the sites I think that are the best for online shopping, and I think everyone knows this already from everywhere that you're at, Amazon, right? Like you have Amazon, so 100%. Easily accessible to be able to get you anything and everything to your doorstep, especially with Amazon Prime. You're able to like get things done within a day or two and at your door. It's probably my most prized, I guess, membership from any of my online shopping stores that I have, because I can get anything at my footstep. Again, with Whole Foods, because I don't know if it's like this in Australia for you guys.
We don't have Whole Foods. I wish we did. Like it's the love of my life when I go to America. I hate the fact
it is part of Amazon here. So I get to get Whole Foods within 2 hours at my footstep.
That's ridiculous.
If I
hate on you for a minute because I wish that was part of my Amazon. We don't have that.
That's pretty insane. But after Amazon, because that's an e-commerce store, which I find, you know, obviously all the other third parties are going to have their merchandise and products on there to be able to sell. But if you're going to go to a direct, you know, site, you want to make sure not only are they someone you want to give your money to, because I think there's a big fine line of a big company that you don't actually want to support, or maybe someone that you do want to support, like a local business, right? Like that you're like, you know what, I actually want to invest my money and give them, it's the same price anyways, right? Why not just buy from the local mom and pop shop rather than the big corporate company? So I'm kind of big on actually selecting where I do go and shop. But if they're gonna have that big of a discounted rate, I'm not gonna lie, like I'm gonna go with the biggest, and if it's that biggest of a discount, like unless it's just that you know what I'm saying? Like if it's just super comparable, I'm going to go with the place that I feel like my money is actually helping that, you know, obviously company versus it's just being a big.
Is it Black Friday?
Ooh, Black Friday is the biggest probably. Okay. So before actual COVID, Black Friday was the biggest shopping day here. Yeah. But since COVID, Cyber Monday, which was the following Monday after Black Friday, it's actually bigger because everything is online, right? No one has to go inside the stores.
So, okay, let me get this right. Black Friday is physical.
The Friday before. Yeah, it's a physical.
Physically in the store.
But stores have online sales for that Black Friday, but the Black Friday was built off of you go in the store, you camp out for 20 or whatever hours before.
We have that. Ours looks like that on Boxing Day. We have Boxing Day in Australia, the day after Christmas, and it is hectic.
You and Canada, Australia and Canada both have the same holiday for that, because we really didn't know about Boxing Day because Christmas was really the holiday around, I guess, the shopping type of discounts. But then Boxing Day started coming a little more relevant, maybe like a decade ago, when a lot more companies worldwide were starting to promote Boxing Day.
Yeah. Like literally people will camp out and like
the day after Christmas though, right? It's the day after Christmas for you guys?
Over stuff that's on sale. Yeah, it's the day after. So it's a really, really busy, huge time for retail here. Like some sort of crazy dollar value gets spent on that day. It's ridiculous. But
honestly, I feel like it's a gimmick. I feel like it's a gimmick here for Black Friday.
Yeah,
like you're gonna get $200 off this TV, and you're gonna wait in line for the first.
I could not be asked for that.
Camp out
a different sale online at some other time. But I can tell you this: your Black Friday has become more of a thing with us here now, only because American companies, obviously, and brands are selling to us. So we get that exposure to it, but we don't really have like a Black Friday here in Australia. It's really just when we get your stuff sold over here.
Do you guys do like a semi-annual sale or anything like the middle of the year?
End of financial year at the end of June, huge discounts at the end of June on everything from vehicles to, you know, like travel, everything. Like absolutely everything that you can imagine that is a service or good to be sold is slashed, right? So whatever
companies trying to make the end of the year sales, trying to really accumulate
budget, whatever's left in it gets spent, right? So that's literally what it looks like here. And that's at the end of June. I know your reporting year is actually December. So you guys are December. So yours is around Christmas, end of the year.
You're not wrong though. We have a lot of semi-annual. So the reason why I asked was because we have, you know, big companies that just decide, like for us, we have like Bath and Body Works and Victoria's Secret and like all these other bigger brands that will run these massive middle of the year sales. And I'm pretty sure it's because they have worldwide companies.
That's exactly what I think it is. I was just going to say that targeting countries like ours that have mid-year end of financial year, because they know that we're suckers for a sale, just like you said. We'll take it.
I'm a sucker for any sale. You don't got to tell me when or what. It's a fork, which leads me into my probably nemesis of an online shopping store, because ever since I found it about 5 years ago, has been my go-to online shopping store for most of my fashion shoots, most of just my modeling, and just every day to day. And I'm sure you guys have heard it over there, and everyone's like, wait, what? And maybe I've got something I didn't like it, or I didn't
Fashion Nova.
You nailed it, baby. Okay. And if no, and I've worked with them for a long time before. And I like, whenever they first started, I'm like, okay, this is like, okay, China stuff. I get it. You guys get it from China and you're getting it over here. But their company developed over time, and their quality just went up, and their fashion wardrobe is the trendiest you're going to get on the market, because what they're working on is actually the newest fashion, the newest trend. It's not just trying to get you clothes. It's actually just you being the innovative next trendsetter, right? So you don't have to go pay a freaking arm and a leg for the same look that maybe Fendi, I know I'm throwing a really big name out there, but
Jacinta talks about this all the time. She's always talking about how you know, this design, this brand, this, you know, cut. She goes, and then now just go over to this store and we can get it at like 2/3 of the price.
I'm sorry, but like if we're gonna use it like for a shoot, or you're gonna use it, don't get me wrong, I'm really big on like buying your big things or your like designer things for things you're actually going to use day to day.
Your actual feature pieces that you buy, they're actually legit, and then you can go with, you know, day to day
casual things that are okay. Maybe I'm gonna okay, for me, I get wine stains on everything because it's stupid. A wine drip, and I'm like, I just messed up a freaking $500 pair of, you know what I mean?
Correct. You don't want to be doing that.
It's so lame. And I feel like you can inexpensively get super freaking cute outfits and have them interchange. You don't, how many of us don't want to wear the same thing over and over again? And there's pieces that you can wear over and over again. We've actually talked about this, Allie, like you have stapled black dresses, or we'll have staple
and
heels.
then you put different attachments on them.
Exactly.
And
like little leather tops or, little different cardigans or different layers. So you'll have your staple pieces. And by all means, if there's like one of those designer pieces that, you feel super, super attached to, all power to you, but it's very minimal. The ones that I've found that I thought were like, oh my gosh, I'll never be able to live without. Yeah. Like without this item. Other ones, it's like a one and done, and you're out of my wardrobe, or I might wear you a few times, and then I've outworn it because I've literally got it dirty, a stain, or it was a photo shoot in it. I can't really rewear it.
We do. And even what I do when I decide, you've just made me think of this when you said the one and done. Everywhere where we travel to, right? And I'm talking everywhere we go, Christos logs straight into, it's one of the first things he does, marketplace.
Hey, resell your stuff.
Designer brands, marketplace. Yeah. And he finds so many brand new, barely worn, barely used, barely whatever, high-end things at like a fraction of the price, right?
I have it down to tell you about Poshmark, because that's what I do.
Yeah. Like whenever I'm done, the first thing I do, I whack everything on marketplace and I sell all my stuff.
So you sell your stuff on marketplace?
Stuff on marketplace, yep.
Okay.
So I find that, okay, I've worn, like for argument's sake, a Balenciaga dress, and I've worn it so many times, and I'm not going to
wear it again.
I want to update it, sell it. I get
100%
half of my money back. I've worn it so many times, then I just go buy a new one. It makes it
girls that are listening, that are competitors and are competing at the time. I want you to also do this with gowns, because there's so many gowns that I'm sure you are in the same boat as me. Like you just will wear them one time for an event, and we're never going to wear gowns.
You want to know something? Listen to this, people. I have bought 2 of my pairs of Louboutins online in marketplace, where a girl, in both cases, they've bought them for their wedding, only worn them once on their wedding day, cannot wear heels normally. Actually, one of them only wore them for the actual runway.
Shut up.
Took them off at her reception. They were a $2,500 pair of shoe. I picked them up for $700.
Okay, that is insane.
People.
Okay, so marketplace is one place, maybe in Australia. Here, it's kind of a little mixture with the marketplace. So we actually have a few different platforms that are for like designer stuff. It's called The Real for those that are listening that are hearing this, or anyone that is maybe not aware of this and wants maybe more exclusive designer clothing, designer pieces. The Real is practically only designer. And then you have Poshmark, which, do you guys have Poshmark in Australia?
I don't think so. Well, not that I've heard of. We just always plug in designer only and luxury brand inside of marketplace, inside of Facebook, and literally it only comes up with all of the high-end stuff.
So Poshmark is just a closet. So Poshmark is an app platform where you sell and buy, your things. So if I were, which actually I have put a lot of different things on there just to resell, and it's just to have just like marketplace.
There's no point letting it clog up your closet when you're not going to be wearing them frequently. Like we use them obviously for our shows and our events and our red carpets. And I know because I've, got a wardrobe full of this stuff, and I will literally do what I just talked about. I will sell it inside of private Facebook groups and or marketplace.
Oh yeah, private Facebook.
Rotate my designer end around so that I do have some elements that stay on trend and current. I have a couple that I will keep because they're just ongoing, classic, timeless, limited edition pieces. And then the rest, I cycle them around.
And I want to just bring up another platform just for those that are maybe more specifically looking for, in here, I know we have a wide variety of stuff, but I still want your listeners in Australia to hear how they can still look at maybe this type of
They should be
platforms
able
for
to, because you
them.
should be able to ship anywhere. So if you've
I'm
got
sure
that,
they
got that
exactly what I was
be able to
thinking.
log on, buy on there, and ship it anyway. Surely to God.
So here we have Queenly, which is the word queen with the LY right at the end. And this is where all the pageant girls, every pageant
their
girl goes on
gowns.
and all only gowns.
I've seen
Giovanni, Sherry
seen
Hill. You've got even Australian designers like Abby's gowns are on there, like a whole bunch of different gowns that are listed on there. And it's just resold. Of course, different prices, different, you know, some will be
Yeah, but
a
it's
little
so
more
much better
discounted
than going and
others.
buying something off the rack for like 3 times the price, right? You're only going to wear it
Consignment.
once. And the person that you're going to buy this gown from has only worn it once too. You could literally pick it up for whatever and then resell it, and it might not have ended up costing you anything, or if anything, maybe only a couple $100 versus thousands.
And that's what it blows my mind when girls will go and just like, oh, I can't afford this, I can't do this show, or you know, maybe I really don't wanted this. But there's always a hack, like whether with gowns or even just your everyday outfits, like your fashion attire. Oh, I can't get a Gucci belt because I don't want to spend the $600 on a Gucci belt. Like, well, have you looked at all these other sites that you can actually get something for a third of the price? And doesn't mean that you're always going to find a Gucci belt. I'm just throwing that out there. They're like, oh, I can never do that or can never have that. When you are probably not looking at consignment options like we're referring to here that people are reselling, rebuying. There's even stores. Do you guys have stores locally that you guys like? I don't like saying thrift stores because thrift stores are actual, like probably not
like
things
Salvation Army. No, we don't have anything like that that's designer.
So here we actually have designer consignment stores.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Where True Religion or Louis
we do, and I don't know about it, but I've never seen one.
And if you do, maybe look it up, and maybe again you're not aware of, and like you guys can just see consignments, usually the name here that you have to look up. If not, there is a hack online shopping. There's an installment widget or gadget or however you want to call it, that can be installed into your computer. So this hack is okay. Can you tell I'm a big online shopper? Again, going back into going into installing a widget into your computer. You install this software onto your computer, and it's going to tell you across the board what site has the best deal for this item. And second, I'm being serious. And then secondly, it's going to tell you if there's a coupon code, if there is a discount code for that particular. Oh
my God, Seth, you are awesome.
Okay, y'all, let me tell y'all about the widget because everyone would be like, no way. It's called Honey.
That's mad, but like, wow, that's a thing.
Oh yeah. If y'all aren't on it, y'all go on it. Okay. Like, let me get you guys on the same boat here. Let's get all the savings. Let's all look freaking boss and freaking trendy.
That's so good.
And have all the sales. Like you don't understand how happy I get when I get a sale.
Chris is gonna want this thing on his computer. Trust me.
He better have it as much as he shops. I mean, it's called Honey, okay? Honey, just like the honey. Okay?
Yeah. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's called Honey. And when you look it up, it's going to be again a software. Yes, it traps your savings. It traps all your savings in one spot, and it goes across all the platforms, again, all sites, to know if there's 3 sites that have comparable prices. You can see which site you want to buy that item from instead because they have a better deal. So anyway, this is just a little hack, a little trick that you guys can do. It does have to be done through a desktop for anyone that's listening. It can be done through your mobile phone, but you do have other sites here, like, this is an app. This is one that can be done on your mobile phone. That's called Retail Me Not. I don't know if you guys have Retail Me Not. It's just like a coupon code app where it will literally tell you everything that's on sale and the code that it is to apply that code for that website. Some work, in my opinion, and some don't, because I feel like you look up Retail Me Not for a coupon code. Like, let's say you want to order a pizza even. This is not even just online.
So it's like for food too. It's like everything.
For all types of, anything online that you can order. So if I want Papa John's, I'm just putting that as an example as a pizza. It's going to tell you Papa John's has this code and try this out. I've found that there's like a 50% chance that it works. for retail meat with honey. Yeah, with honey, it never fails. So I'm just
I
putting that
haven't shopped
disclaimer out
much,
there.
she says, but in the short time I tried it.
No, I'll keep that. I mean, I'll keep that comment to myself.
Is Papa John's the place you took me to?
I don't think I took you to Papa John's. I would have never taken you to Papa John's.
Or did we buy
order
Papa John's?
He was like, did I
Maybe.
order Papa John's? I'm
Place you
like,
took
now that
me
I'm
to.
starting to think about it, maybe was it too late for us to get anything? I can't think of us getting
I
Papa
remember,
John's.
but-
I'm pretty sure my mom cooked you tamales and pupusas and all the Salvadorian dishes.
Oh, hell yeah, she did. Yeah, she did. I literally dreamt about tamales for about 6 months after that little venture.
She's asked about you, honestly, every
I
month.
love
I'm
it.
not even kidding
I
you.
love Mum and I love her tamales. Tell her I'm
That's
over
what everyone says about my mother.
coming for the show next year, and I expect a big dose of Mum and tamales.
I cannot wait for you
I
guys to come
know.
back.
And then when
But no,
I'm
that's just give you a little.
about the online shopping because
Yeah,
I really don't know enough.
She's all hands-on shopping. So for any of you that are listening that are like, screw this online shopping, I am not all about getting onto the site or whatever, shipping and not knowing if it fits. That was me before. Let me tell you, I was very like, it's not going to fit. I'm not the right size. I don't think that it will, suit me. It's not going to be the right material. But there's going to be the staple stores that you end up actually liking. Continue ordering from there. Don't just be all over the place. That's my biggest recommendation, because I have gone through, like, let's say 7 out of 10 stores that are just random stores and I'm trying to buy online and it don't work. But the 3 out of 10 that did work always work pretty much consecutively, consistently.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to keep my list of stores that worked for my size, my liking, which on the top of my head, I already, brought up one of them to you guys, is Fashion Nova. I can also think of Pretty Little Things, just because, and they're actually UK based. They're not here from the US. Fashion Nova is here from the US. UK has Pretty Little Things, which is the same exact.
Yeah, a lot of Fashion Nova stuff here. We do.
It's because they have 20 million followers. Do you not think they're going to be Australian now? I mean, they've grown so much. They have actual stores in LA and have actual inside, like you walk into them. They're not.
Is it more like H&M than it is Cotton On?
It's H&M times like 10, meaning their fashion industry is like
the scope of it. Yeah. Okay.
So it's going to be like the most trendiest, the square and rectangle glasses, and you've got like
I've seen girls wearing like all of the photo shooty stuff where I'm like,
and that's really where it comes from, and that's why I bring up Fashion Nova. It's not like I'm wearing this for my day-to-day. Like my day-to-day staples are very thick, right? Yeah, like they're gonna be my actual maybe leisure attirements. Like you guys actually have a really awesome company that has explored all the way out here to the US, which is like Muscle Nation, right? For activewear. And you guys have been able to make a name out here in the US as a actual activewear, but Bombshell here is what runs.
I love Bombshell. Bombshell is my favorite. Actually, I am currently wearing Bombshell.
Oh, snap. Yes, you are. So
I love their stuff. My whole wardrobe is so my 2 favorite brands are actually American, and my whole wardrobe is Bombshell and Aloe Yoga.
Ooh, yes, such good ones. Good ones.
So yeah, look, I don't think I'd step outside of them. But you're right, though. The first time I ever bought them online, I was worried. I was like, oh man, what are these sizes going to be like? But once I found my size, oh my God.
You never go back. You just know your size.
When it comes time for them to send me a sale, I'm on it.
Same about the brands that I know I already am in tune with. So you'll find your brand online. And if it's just a one and done and you're like, oh, hit or miss, nope, didn't work for me, just don't reorder. And I find like we are always on the fence for that, but it's okay. Like just return the item as much as it is.
I think these days, the charts for the sizing charts are getting better and better, showing you where and how, and then they give you like the model is wearing this and she's this height and whatever else. I think that also helps too, because you can kind of be like, yeah, well, she's actually got height. I'm a mushroom. It's probably not going to look the same on me. Like, you know what I mean? Like you have more perception and context to the photo, which is great.
But measurements, also knowing your measurements leading on to that, because they'll give you measurement circumference and we don't even know our own. So like that already gives you a big like no of ordering certain things if you don't know if your waist is more than 35 inches.
And I think as long as you're ordering something that's a stretch fabric and something that has give, even
material,
if it's slightly firmer or smaller, you're fine.
If it says polyester 100%, it ain't gonna give you no give. Like it is not going to give you any stretch. And know this about fabric. If you don't know anything about fabric, what she just mentioned is probably the biggest kicker when you're ordering things, because if it says 100% polyester, yeah, exactly. You look at the fabric type and see, does it have any spandex, lycra, any type of stretchy material that is going to give some form fittingness to my body. If it says 100% polyester, I'm already up. Nope. Next. Like that's already for me, especially I'm sure you're the same.
As a chick with curves, you know, with muscle, you can't. Like off season or on season, it's like anything that doesn't have stretch is just a no-go.
So what jeans do you guys, I'm sure you guys have like some jean, like Freddie. Okay, so you guys are on the Freddy's train. We're on the fit jean train here. Yeah, we're on the fit jean train over here. So very comparable though, very pretty much similar to the brand and style, and they're just competitors with each other. But this is actually how and why I found Fashion Nova. So my favorite thing about them and the most consistent thing they've been able to do, it's not their clothing or their dresses, it's their fucking jeans. And it's not for the price of quite like 4 times or 3 times of what Freddie and Fit Jeans are actually charging you. So this is actually my hack. My hack is for all jean bottoms for any curvy girls, any girls with muscles, any girls with just extra little, you know, love handles area. And you're like, I can never really fit my ass and my thighs in with my waist, because that's probably the number one thing that happens with jeans. You can never really get the bottom and the middle to, you know, kind of feel tight or, you know, not too loose. So that is probably the best thing about their line, is that they've been able to find a very economical and affordable jean variation. Ultimately, you can have with different 6 colors for the price of what you would have had 2 jeans at Freddy's and, you know, obviously like Fit Jeans. Oh yeah, so is Fit Jeans. They're the same. They're the biggest competitors against each other. That's why I asked that, because I wasn't sure if you guys had gone on the Fit Jean train yet. Because Freddy's
but they're just not as big like Freddy's.
So they took over the Freddy's here. So Freddy's used to be pretty predominant here as well. And then they took over the kind of the scene of the Freddy's and went over with Fit Jeans. But I'm telling you, Fashion Nova, because of the price and because of the fit and style and just again trendiness, you can make. Oh yeah. So anyway, it's for jeans, because us girls that have some extra curves and extra muscle, it's difficult. Yeah, it's difficult to find some good looking jeans on you without paying, you know, an arm and a leg. But that's just a quick little update as far as online shopping. I think that besides us touching on, you know, seasonal shopping and kind of getting into doing sales that are on the opposite spectrum of the season that you're on, it's also important to maybe think of your off season and prep season, because we're change sizes. We've actually talked about this on a previous episode about being comfortable with being uncomfortable and going through different phases with your clothes to not let them
being afraid to maybe recycle stuff, like to maybe sell something that you know you're not going to get back into, or you're not even intending to wear again, and then purchasing something in the size you're actually in or the size that you're actually moving towards.
Exactly. I love that, because we don't need to use it again, and maybe you won't be that small again.
But people tend to do that. They tend to hang on to it, and they're like, well, I'll be happy when I fit back into this. And it's like, well, based on what? Like, if you want to grow your ass, you're never going to fit back in that again. I had this conversation with a couple of my mates where I'm like, literally, your ass is only going to get larger and it already needs a postcode. Why are we still hanging on to half your goddamn wardrobe, woman? Like, can we just go get some more fabric for starters? Because this is
going back to a label. A size doesn't actually label you, your progress, or where you're at. So really actually making sure clothes or things that you're buying make you feel good and not label you as where you need to fit into. Very big.
And unlike Stephanie, I'm literally someone that I live in like literally like my Bombshell and a few other variants, like some Lululemon and some, you know, basic stuff, but I live in that like days, right? I literally live in gym gear almost 24/7. Now, my staples I have outside of that and my designer stuff is literally all show based or event based. So I will only shop when I feel like I need to freshen up the gym swag a little, if it's a little dated, and that might happen once every year. And then,
okay, you got way less problems than me though, Allie.
I know
in my gym, I'm like,
true.
I gotta get pennies.
Don't shop much. And then even with my photo shoot stuff, I find that I have very specific visions about what I want, and I tend to go a little bit more designer oriented. So I'll have those feature pieces, then I'll actually marketplace them and get rid of them and get something new for the next thing. So I tend to use those platforms to rotate my stuff, but I'm not a massive shopper, and I shop with purpose. I'm like, I'm a get on, get what I need and get out. But the thing that I found myself being a little bit more swayed with lately, which we talked about offline, which is why my milk came in, because we started talking about baby stuff.
Baby things. She's shopping baby crazy.
Buying baby shit all day long.
That's baby problems, because you got little George in front of you. My problems are literally, I see any sale and I want
out of it in the space of 2 goddamn weeks, woman. So it's like I'm buying shit and I know he's gonna wear it maybe 5 times.
Yeah, a week, and that's it.
Oh so my God.
What you just actually said is probably more of a different type of in an environment of wanting to buy, because you might be the mom right now wanting to buy all the baby stuff. There's guys trying to buy nothing but car stuff, like all the car parts, literally mufflers, and like all the freaking, lights for their car. And then you've got the girls doing all the gym swag, and they're like, I want to look cute for the gym. Then you got the girls, with the, designer, and everyone's just trying to like buy. So everyone to each their own. Like, we understand we all have wants for certain things, but why not save in the mix of it, and not just save, but be a little more strategic of how we're actually trying
wasting it, right? So
you're not just wasting and being a hoarder.
More bang for your buck, lady. You can buy more, you have more cash.
For me, what's very sad is the fact that I like designer things, don't get me wrong, but when I know I can get 10 things for the price of what one designer thing can get me, I'm for the 10 things. Like, so I'll get 10 pair of Nikes for, you know what I'm saying? I'll get 10 pair of shoes, because I get way more bang for my buck than it is for me getting 1 pair of the Louis. I'm like, I could get 1 of your shoes and I can get 10 of these Nikes. Yeah, I'm going with 10 of the Nikes instead, right? Because I just feel like I got 10 outfits versus 1.
It is true. They are. They are.
There's a necessity at a certain time and place, but I think that us shoppers that maybe always have a necessity, and that's me, because I always feel like there's a need for anything. I'm like, oh, I need this for a photo shoot. I need this for a show. I need this for an event. I need this, for
you always need.
There's always a need. But I do always excuse it with sales, and I do try to at least try to get the best bargain for my buck.
Yes, you're not just wasting
just a couple things, but I do smart, recycle, just like you mentioned, and try to, get rid of some of the things. I think Marketplace is amazing. That's what you guys has a platform out in Australia. We have one
of the things. And then obviously there's all of those online forums that you can always sell into, especially with, previously worn and loved comp gear. There's always those online competition-based group chats.
Even bikinis and gowns. So for competitors,
sell stuff that you no longer will be utilizing.
Oh man, especially if you're doing another show, don't just go and try to maybe expend for a whole custom one. If you saw someone that was, maybe wearing a bikini you liked and it was similar height and size to you, don't be scared of reaching out to them. They're probably willing to sell it to you, because they're never going to use it again. And if not, there probably is forums that you're able to look at. Here there are. If there isn't, then create one. Gosh, who isn't listening that can't just start a forum that just starts a little bit of a trend of starts reselling bikinis and gowns? So
so clearly, because you're like the queen of online shopping, top 5 sites, list them, go.
Okay. Amazon's my first. That's my go-to. That's my baby. That's like my king. Okay, then I've got Fashion Nova. Then I'll have Pretty Little Things after that. Then I'll probably probably go and I'm kind of torn because this one I feel like is a hit or miss, and I'll just disclose that because maybe 60% of the things work and then 40% don't. Shein is like, here I really much more prefer Fashion Nova over all of them. But I will say for swimwear, one of my favorite companies, and it's based in Australia, and you guys have one of the best ones, is KL Swimwear. Seriously, like I freaking fly the freaking bikinis over to the US because there's not bikinis that are that material.
She's just a local girl on the Gold Coast, you know.
I know.
She was competing with me when I first started. Like she's become such a big success, but her stuff is lovely. And
her stuff is handmade.
You see a lot of girls wear it as their posing bikinis.
That's kind of how it started with me. Like I just needed a standardized, like posing regular bikini, and her cut was just fantastic. And again, anyway, so consistent and always has such good material. So she's actually one of my top bikini lines. Online, because I've never been, obviously to one of her locations or, seen her in person. And I would say one of my clutch ones on top of that would be Etsy, because you can never go wrong.
Etsy.
A local person that is building the things for you, or is actually like just their homemade shop. So for me, again, going back to the local, giving back to locals, or giving back to anyone that's a mom and pop shop, Etsy is that platform for them. So I am able to find
it's pretty cool. I got a lot of stuff I got a lot of baby stuff and a lot of stuff during pregnancy from there, which was really great.
Just a worldwide kind of eBay without it being eBay, if that makes sense. It's not bidding. It's just like Etsy is a platform for any person that has any item that they want to sell, and they just kind of create their price point. They sell, they have their shipping price. It's just worldwide. So it's not just one nation that is based out of under them. So that would be my top ones that I would,
everyone's going to need this app.
Oh, duh, Honey. So Honey is where you're going to look up. So literally look up HONEY and just look up. It's going to say coupon code, discount code at any point on their little, top slogan. And you'll be able to just download that software to your desktop so that it can scan and go through all the sites to make sure whatever it is that you're in, it won't come up until you go and check out. So when you check out, the little Honey app will pop up on your desktop. It'll drop down and tell you,
it'll show you the other sites.
Yeah, there's 3 other sites with better deals. Or, hey, there's 3, coupon codes. This one is 10%, this one's 15%, and apply this code. Yeah. So for me, I mean, I don't even really have to think about going to the best site if Honey is on my computer. I'm just looking at things that I want, and Honey will tell me where to go get it. Yeah. So Honey is the best. So y'all make sure you download it. If you don't have Honey, or you aren't using a desktop, get Retail Me Not as an app. It still works, and it really comes in clutch. You'll get some coupon codes. That's really what it's based off of. It's not a
I'm just going to have a disclaimer here. I apologize to all the husbands out there that your credit card's about to get abused. You can blame Stephanie for this. It's not me.
No, actually go into creating a login. A lot of people don't realize if you don't create an account with a lot of places, you don't get credits and rewards. And so many places I didn't create rewards for, I spent quite a bit of money on, and I didn't realize I got actual money back or got coupons. And technically what is it called where you get your money as a rain check? Like, do you guys do that over there where you actually get like actual money like check kind of thing? So like a rain check kind of thing. Anyway, so we have that a lot if you create accounts with these companies. I actually get free coffee at all my local coffee shops because I create the account. So those that are on the fence of creating accounts because they don't want your number, you don't want the email to be given, you're
actually getting benefits.
Yes, you're getting benefits if you're actually going to these local places or going and shopping at the same place. Get your rewards, create an account, rack them up if you're an actual person that shops, and get your discount. Like, I am very big on bargain shopping. I freaking hate paying full price for things. That's honest truth. I will if I have to, but that's just because it's usually a necessity. I am very big on getting all my things ahead of time, all my costumes and, outfits and concepts.
I do the same thing.
And this is the way I usually do it. I go on sale. I filter the actual size because most of the time you're actually going to spend way too much on sites looking at sizes that don't even fit you. So if you aren't hitting the filter button when you're online, you're doing yourself a disservice because you need to select your actual size. If you have a budget, if you have a price point that you're trying to work with, don't be unrealistic here and go like, oh, I'm shopping for these $100 or $200 items. If your budget is $50 or $20, you put that on there and see what's available. If it's not available on there for what you're looking for, move on to the next site. Like that's simple as it is. And if they don't have what you're looking for, then maybe it's not your day. There's a lot of the times that
I love it.
I do not find what I'm looking for, but I will the next day. So just take a break off of the actual screen, get off that website, and maybe, because guess what? Google and all these type of freaking services we have on our phone are really good at the algorithm. So if you look that up on one site,
it'll pop up in other things.
It's going to pop up on your freaking links the next day with another option or another site. So it's okay. Give it a break. So don't feel rushed unless it maybe is like a end of the year sale or, kind of a holiday sale. Cause those, they don't lie. I learned my lesson on those. If they say they end at midnight, they probably end at midnight, so, cause then you're going to pay full price for that item that you're like, shit, I could have got $30 off. And I didn't because I waited till the next day. So if there is, then, obviously get your stuff done on the holiday sales. If not, look up the widgets, look up some coupon codes, really get yourself a bang for your buck. And if you guys have, want some more tips, don't hesitate on hitting me up. I love shopping. That's probably my issues.
I know where I'm coming. If I ever just, need the help and the support, I'll just be inboxing you, lady. Oh my gosh.
It's sad. It's a bad, sad thing. But hey, all you girls that feel me, that have these issues, that have some other hacks or other tips, please share and let us know any of your hacks that you have, because your girl can use some. If you don't mind sharing, because I know how it is. Sometimes you're like, oh, I don't want them to know my website. I don't want them to know my
I don't want everyone wearing my thing.
I don't want them wearing my stuff. I get it. But if you don't mind sharing, hook a girl up and hook us all up, because I hope you guys are able to learn from some of these tips. It's just a girly episode. And I know for you males that don't find this girly and actually are on shopping, hey, kudos to y'all, because there really is power in sales. There really is, but also power in marketing. So I hear that too. But tune in, guys. Thank y'all for listening. I appreciate you guys, listening to all of the tips and hacks of shopping.
A lot of fun.
A little fun episode for y'all.
It was.
And until next time, guys. Thank y'all. Yeah. Bye, Alicia. I'll see you later, babe.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Queen Divas, Queens of Fitness podcast. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at Queen Divas Pod, on Twitter at Queen Divas 4, and follow our hosts on Instagram, Alicia at Alicia Gowans _WBFF Pro, and Steph at Stephanie Ayala 7. See you all next week.